kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Ready, blue! Blue 80!
Stafford working from the pistol. He'll find his tight end. It's Kobe Parkinson. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
23 yards.
23 yards on that pass play. Good for a Rams first down.
45-yard line.
He'll try the right side with Williams. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support.
2nd and 8.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, it's Stafford. Moving to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far. That one gives him a first down. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Double right. You can score on these guys.
A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. Right side. Complete Sinakua. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5. On the carry, it's Williams. Finding space at the 15. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 22
That is a gain
yards.
of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
First down.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Gain of 8 brings up 2nd and goal.
Back to throw. Stafford. That is caught by the tight end. Kobe Parkinson. Touchdown, LA. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were the guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, That's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, 22.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Jacobs, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6.
Ready, ready. Black, 95. Fight,
Jacobs will get it to start the fourth quarter. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
He's across midfield.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
1st down, Packers.
Ready.
A good play action with Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready.
Here's Jacobs. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Love to throw. This is taken in by Dobbs. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Got it. Come on, set. Blue, 32. Set.
Here's Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on 4th down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
52, blue. Ready.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go.
And 5. At the Rams' 14-yard
Here we go.
line.
Yellow, set.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. And now, 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Down. 45, wide. Set, huh?
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs. At the 9-yard line. A gain of 8 yards. It's now 4th down.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
Set. Red, 38. 50 Fury.
They'll drop, and he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
So as an offensive coordinator, you have to have answers for what the defense throws at you. And in this case, your quarterback is sitting back there. He has nowhere to go with the ball on 4th down. He ends up taking the sack, and now you're driving.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Williams. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down. They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still 1 timeout left. Final minute, 1st and 10. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Short throw, pulled in by Parkinson. He gets free inside the 30. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Big spot for the Rams as they'll try to add a 2-point conversion now.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point
shotgun snap to Stafford. That's going to wind up incomplete. They try for 2, and it does not pan out.
Rams 20.
They need a late recovery to have any chance. Here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it.
Striker, 3-3.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line, and